I'm a college senior. I was supposed to graduate May 15th, 2020, and now I have no idea what's going to happen. Students all over the world have worked tirelessly in their efforts to graduate. Whether they are graduating high school or college, they will remember their commencement ceremonies for the rest of their lives. We are in the middle of a pandemic, and the message of standing together has been spread around from the very start. So why haven't we come together to figure out a way to honor those graduating? Whether we do this virtually or wait until it's all over, no graduate should go uncelebrated and unsure of what's going to happen. Graduations are filled with happiness, joy, and excitement. I will always remember my sister's graduation from the University of Delaware. Graduates in their caps and gowns, smiling from ear to ear, family and friends filling the stadium, all so proud of their loved ones for earning their degrees. I wanted that, I still want that, and I know I'm not the only one. High school seniors and college seniors have achieved something amazing these days. You might be thinking, people graduate all the time, it's not that big of a deal. But how often do people finish up their schooling and manage to reach graduate status in the middle of a pandemic? For some of these students, they are their first in their families to receive high school or college diploma. For those in high school, they are leaving the life they had known their whole lives to go on to higher education or into the workforce. And for those in college, they have spent an ungodly amount of time, effort, and money to get their degree. These students deserve to be honored. According to the Washington Daily News, the most impactful aspect of the graduation is seeing the looks on each graduate's face and their response when the reality sets in, they are officially adults and are facing the real world. The various classes of 2020 are missing out on an incredibly impactful moment in their lives. Today, I will be giving you all 2 reasons why we should be coming together to celebrate the class of 2020, to validate and recognize all of the hard work and sacrifice that they had put into their studies, and to find happiness and common ground during such dark and unsure times. Imagine going into your final semester as a high school or college senior, looking forward to celebrating the final months before graduation. Then, schools close down, kids and young adults return home for the unforeseeable future. College students are stripped of their independence, and high school students are kind of just torn apart from their everyday lives. You're separated from your friends, and what was once a classroom setting turns into trying to focus on a laptop in your family-filled house. Students are being tested like never before. They need to know that their hard work and sacrifices are worth it, and that their accomplishments will not go unnoticed. Education is hard enough, but what we are experiencing today is unheard of. Students have been uprooted and required to learn from home with a house full of family members, all stuck under one roof while being quarantined. Some students have had to return home 20 minutes from where they once attended school, and others have had to return home halfway across the world. Students have committed themselves to their education and deserve to be recognized for that. Trying to focus on studies from a remote location during times like these is a whole new challenging task. According to a study done analyzing what students prefer about face-to-face learning, they preferred face-to-face learning for communication purposes, in which a shared understanding has to be derived, or in which interpersonal relationships are established. What students are going through is uncharted territory. They are working through conditions that deserve to be recognized and celebrated in light of these times and the uncertainty of their graduation ceremonies. We should be looking towards positive things right now, especially with the state that we're in. We could all use some happiness right now, and what better way to get that than to celebrate a hardworking class that so deserves to be recognized. According to a study done on the psychological impact of quarantine and how to reduce it, Activating your social network, albeit remotely, is not just a key priority, but an inability to do so is associated not just with immediate anxiety, but longer-term distress. If activating your social network is a key way to avoid the negative side effects of quarantine, then why not take it a step further and put together a way to celebrate graduating seniors virtually? We are going through a time where we are constantly trying to find ways to come together while being apart. And what better way to do that than to virtually come together in honor of those who've worked so hard to graduate? The second reason for celebrating the class of 2020 not only interests those who are graduating and their families, but also provides everyone with a chance to celebrate some happiness right now. We as a community deserve to look forward to something during these times, and I truly believe the best way to do that is to celebrate those who already deserve to be celebrated. CNBC published an article saying, "The likelihood that graduation ceremonies will be canceled strikes a hard chord for students who have spent their lives working towards their college degrees. Students work too hard to go unnoticed. We all need something to shed some light these days, and I believe a virtual celebration for the class of 2020 can provide some much needed happiness for people of all ages and of all backgrounds." I would like to leave you all with a quote from a graduating senior. It would honestly break my heart if the school just mailed us our diploma and said, "Okay, have a great life." I urge everyone not to let what was once the class of 2020 and is now the class of COVID-19 go through this monumental step in their lives, feeling under-recognized and underappreciated. Let's come together and celebrate this historic class. Thank you.